I love this way of making coffee personally. It makes a really clean, crisp kind of cup, so you get all of the little individual flavors out of a coffee bean. It's also just beautiful, so much so that it's held in the Museum of Modern Art as an example of great design. With the Chemex, you need to have some filter paper, so the filter's not built in. The filter paper is just a square, so it comes pre-folded. So you just leave it folded and pull one of the leaves away. So you need to have the side with 3 leaves up against the spout and the single leaf at the back. Now, to make sure that you don't have the papery taste of the filter in your cup of coffee, you need to rinse it. So take some hot water out of the kettle and just rinse the paper. Make sure that you get all of the filter that's sitting in the top cone all wet. It also has the added benefit of warming the bottom of the glass, so that's good too. And then we're going to discard this water because we don't want to drink that papery water. So warm Chemex, clean filter. Now we're going to put the coffee in. You just want to get the coffee sitting nice and level inside the paper cone. So I tend to actually spoon it in rather than tipping it. I like to experiment a little bit depending on which coffee I'm using in terms of how much I want to put in, but at the moment I'm using 40 grams. Okay, so once you've got your coffee in it sitting nice and level, now we need to add some water. And for the first pour, I'm not actually going to start extracting. I just want to make sure that all the coffee sitting in here is wet. So get your kettle again and start from the center and work your way out in a spiral. In terms of how much water you want to put in, you're trying to equal the amount of coffee that you've got in the filter with the amount of water that you put in now. And you don't want it to be running too fast. It's okay if you have a little bit coming out, but you don't want it to be pouring through. And I'm going to let that bloom for 30 seconds. So what this does is it infuses the coffee. So you have all of the oil and gas starting to be released and it puffs up into a little dome. So once we've gone 30 seconds, now we're going to actually start pouring. Okay, so starting in the center again, just wind your way out, nice and gently. You don't want to pour down the sides. You just want to keep it in the middle and nice and steady. And a nice steady pour out through the bottom into the glass. And it should be a nice clear, rich, sort of golden red color. Once you've brewed all of the coffee that you need, and you definitely don't want to go any higher than that bump there, that's the most you can make. You just grab the filter and take it out. Throw it in the bin. And it's ready to drink. Because of the length of the brew time, it's actually fairly cool. So cold enough to drink, not boiling. So you can enjoy it pretty much straight away. You will notice that the flavors will develop the longer you let it cool down though. This is a great black coffee if you don't usually drink black coffee because it is so soft and sweet. All the natural sugars come through. So if you want to try something different, and particularly if you want to try a single origin or something you haven't had before, something a bit special, I would recommend brewing it in a Chemex.